Shalom, shalom. This is the brother Daniela coming back again with another lesson, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Racha, Hakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect brethren who are teaching this word in sincerity and in truth. All right, to the helps that provide for the ministry and the sisters that do so also, and believe and tremble at the word of the Lord. What we're gonna be getting into today is, just wanted to hit, you know, Acts the 10th chapter. You know, really, it's gonna be a quick one, but a little one. I will have to come back to this topic again, but going into Cornelius. All right, in the Gentile Israelites, okay, the Israelite foreigners, because in Acts the 10th chapter it's revealed unto Peter that the Israelite foreigners will receive mercy from Yahweh Shem Yahushai and come back to the knowledge of being an Israelite and the true understanding of the Lord. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a precept here, because this is what the Lord has done, all right, for us, man. So this is gonna be Ephesians chapter 2, and we're gonna start at verse. We're gonna start at verse 11. It says, "Wherefore remember that ye being in times past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision." So, you know, Paul is writing to the Israelites in Ephesus, Greece. All right, and basically calling to remembrance how they were Gentiles, meaning they were in a state of mind of living and acting, okay, and like the other nations, and worshiping their gods. All right, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called circumcision. The uncircumcision, all right, spiritually, those talking about the Israelites who didn't know the law, who didn't practice the law. Okay, it says by those who are called circumcision, so the Israelites who kept their tradition and knew that it was Israelites, and kept the laws and the covenants of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and the flesh made by hands, right? So it says call uncircumcision by the circumcision, right? So there's a history of Jake, leaving off from their ways to take on to the ways of the Greeks, and that's in First Maccabees, the first chapter. All right, the 11th verse, where wicked men of Israel came out and left their covenants. They forsook the covenants of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, so then they were called the uncircumcised, man. They were considered to be as heathens, man. As basically those Israelites, they were considered, now they're heathens. All right, so this was in the past though. So these brothers that were in Ephesus, Greece, they came back to the knowledge of themselves and of the Most High. All right. It says that at that time you were without Hamashiach, right? So when it was in that Greek or that Gentile state of mind, it was without Yahushai, the Lord Yahushai, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, right? So being estranged, okay, from the Israelite community, which were their kin, their brothers, okay, and strangers from the covenants of promise, right? There was estranged from the covenants, okay, of promise, having no hope because the different you know lives they live as Gentiles didn't provide any hope for them. Okay, when you come into the truth, you receive hope. Okay, of having rulership and having peace. Okay, it says, and without the Most High in the world, right? Be it not having a knowledge of the scriptures or Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, it says but now in Hamashiach Yahushai, ye who sometimes were far off are made nigh. All right, and Cornelius is an example. Okay, he was brought back into the fold and made nigh through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai by the blood of Hamashiach, for he is our peace, who have made both one and have broken down the middle wall of partition between us. Right. So now the middle wall partition is going into us being separated from the Most High. All right, and us being separated from the rest of the Israelites. Okay, the Israelite foreigners, the rest of the tribes. Okay. So now all the tribes are getting back together. All right. And there's no the Lord is will gathering the elect together without enmity between the tribes. Okay, amongst the elect. Okay, He's gathering a nation, as it says in Isaiah the 11th chapter. So we see this instance happening. Okay, in Acts the 10th chapter. So let's get it. First, what we're going to do, because this is Peter, the head of the church, we're going to read about, Peter's dream, all right, or vision that he had from the Lord. Acts verse 10, verse 10. 10 and verse 10. And he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while he made ready, he fell into a trance. He's talking about Peter, and saw heaven opened, and a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners and let down to the earth. Right. So basically this vessel has gathered all these different beasts, all right, from the four corners, man. Now that's representative of who? Those Israelite foreigners, those Israelites who was in a Gentile state of mind. Okay, the Lord is gonna gather, all of us, who be of the elect from the four corners of the earth. It says, wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat. But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. So, these beasts that were there, they had to be beasts that were not lawful to eat. They were unclean, right? And that's representative of the Israelites who made themselves unclean by worshiping other gods and taking on the customs of the Greeks. They defiled themselves with the heathens. Okay. And a voice spake unto him again the second time, What the Most High have cleansed, that call not thou common. Common goes back into Levitically unclean. This was done thrice, so this was done 3 times. And the vessel was received up again into heaven. Now while Peter doubted in himself what this vision which he had seen should mean, behold, the men which were sent from Cornelius had made inquiry of Simon's house and stood before the gate. Right. So basically, Cornelius sent for Peter. So we're gonna really just try to hit the points. Um, we're just gonna try to hit the points because you know basically Peter didn't understand the vision at the time, but he got the understanding later on. Okay, once he met Cornelius, then he understood what the vision actually meant. All right, and it didn't mean that you can eat unclean animals. Okay, like pork, shrimp, lobster, snakes. You can't eat all those things, man. All right, that is that's symbolic. Okay, for the Israelite foreigners, rise, kill, and eat. Considering or taking in, okay, those of the Israelite foreigners, those who were in that Gentile state of mind, okay, basically building them up and accepting them into the fold because they're Israelites too. All right, because the Most High is having mercy on them. All right, which we were all in the Gentile state of mind. All right, so Acts chapter 10, we're gonna hop down to 24. And the morrow after they entered to Caesarea, and Cornelius waited for them and had together his kinsmen and near friends. So Cornelius had, you know, other Israelite foreigners with him. And as Peter was coming in, Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshipped him. But Peter took him up, saying, Stand up, I myself also am a man. And as he talked with him, he went in and found many that were come together. And he said unto them, Ye know, right? Notice he said unto them, the whole group, Cornelius and that group of people, right? Ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation, but the Most High have shewed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. So that cuts it talking about being able to eat pork, all right, or any other unclean beast, right? And when it says unlawful for a man that is a Jew, meaning to, it was considered very heinous, so to speak, to come unto, you know, an Israelite that was considered a heathen, man, because there was enmity between the Israelites who went off to do after the Gentiles and the Israelites who stayed, right? That's why it says called uncircumcision by the circumcision, okay? The Jews, the Israelites who knew, which was primarily Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, who knew the law, statutes, commandments, and kept them, to the best of their ability, so to speak. All right, from the Israelites who didn't know at all. All right, and they were led away, you know, into that Gentile state of mind by their ancestors. Okay, so what we're gonna get is that word for another nation, which proves to you that Cornelius is an Israelite, but he's just from another tribe. All right, and this is really the whole point of the lesson. You know, let's get it. So the Greek word there is
Strong's G 246. Alophilos. Alophilos.
right, alophilos. Now, when you get it, it says foreign, right? It says foreign. Now, foreign, what in particular is it talking about? Okay, right. Hey, look at this. You get into the Vine's Expository Dictionary. All right, alos meaning another, and fulon meaning a tribe, another tribe. Okay, so now it's essentially talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. Let's get it a better breakdown. All right, for a fule, which means a tribe in the New Testament, all persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. Right, because our people were going off and serving these, other gods and doing after the heathens. You know, uh, um, basically the Israelites who were sticking to the traditions, they looked at them as heathens, basically. Right? But this right here, another nation, just proves that Cornelius is an Israelite. He's from one of the 12 tribes. Okay, so and Cornelius is the basically the seed that started, the Israelite foreigners coming back into the fold. Okay, um, right. Verse 29 says, "Therefore I came unto you without gainsaying, as soon as I was sent for. I asked therefore, what intent ye have sent for me?" Right. So basically, he didn't come, gainsaying or in with malice against Cornelius, because he understood that Cornelius was an Israelite. All right, and that mercy would be shewed unto the Gentiles also. Okay, the Israelite foreigners. Okay, and the Israelites who are in the Gentile state of mind. All right, it says, and Cornelius said, 4 days ago I was fasting until this hour, and at the ninth hour I prayed in my house, and behold, a man stood before me in bright clothing, and said, Cornelius, thy prayer is heard, and thine alms are in remembrance in the sight of the Most High. Send therefore to Joppa, and call hither Simon, whose surname is Peter. He is lodged in the house of one Simon, uh, uh, a tanner by the seaside, who when he cometh shall speak unto thee. Immediately therefore I sent to thee, and thou hast well done that thou art come. Now therefore are we all here present. So he had other Israelite foreigners with him before the Most High, to hear all things that are commanded of the Most High. So hey, this ain't no Edomite, man. Okay, the scriptures say what? What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, that thou shalt have my law in thy mouth, man? Ye can't keep the law of the Most High. So that right there just proves that this ain't no Edomite. Okay, this is an Israelite. This is a brother, man. Cornelius was a brother. Okay, from whatever tribe he was from, man. Okay, whether he was from Ephraim or Asher. Okay, he was a brother, man. Okay, because he had that zeal and that spirit to worship the Most High, to pray unto the Most High. He wanted to know, what does the Most High want him to do next? What do I do next? Okay, that's how you know that he's an Israelite, man. Okay, it says, right, it says here, Gentiles hear the good news. So Israelite foreigners hear the good news. Verse 34, Peter opened his mouth and said, of a truth I perceive the Most High is no respecter of persons, but in every nation he that feareth him worketh righteousness, and worketh righteousness is accepted of him. Right? Now this is only talking about uh, um, the Israelites. Let me grab a precept. You know, because this is why, hey, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, different brothers speak other languages, man. All right, that we may preach, you know, unto the Gentiles, to draw out the elect of our people. Okay, because we're scattered amongst all the nations. And I'm probably just going to end it here. This is Tobit chapter 13 and verse, I'll start at verse 1. Then Tobit wrote a prayer of rejoicing and said, Blessed be the Most High that liveth forever, blessed be his kingdom. For he doth scourge and have mercy, and leadeth down to hell and bringeth up again. Neither is there any that can avoid his hand. Confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he hath scattered us among them. Right? So this is why he says that in all nations, he that feareth the Most High and worketh righteousness is accepted of him. Right? Okay? You're not going to be accepted of the Most High unless you're an Israelite. Okay? So, Lord willing, that was edifying. Shalom.